Okay, sick.
One, two, three, go.
We are live. Kevin, did you manage to pair your channel as well? Ah, yes, you
Am
did.
I what? Sorry.
Your channel?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
I
you
said
did.
live on X. To be fair, let me check.
Perfect. We'll have some people joining in, but for those of you who are watching this later, hello and welcome to another live stream. We've got some amazing chads here joining us today, and we're going to be talking about all things Berachain, all things Boyco. The main reason why we've only got an hour and 13 minutes left. We should actually put a count, like a timer on screen, I think. But an hour and 13 minutes for Boyco to finish, or deposits to finish, I should say. And of course, it's been a very exciting time. You know, we've got, I mean, I think this number is actually incorrect, but we've got about 3 billion. I've actually been using this actually, which is the deposit contract on DBank. We've got just under $3 billion deposited, and I think the last hour is going to be pretty insane. So I think with that, let's first of all intro everyone. Nomad, you go first, then Kevin, then Beratic.
All right. This is Nomad. I'm the founder of Ace Finance and just checking out the markets here with Wash. Pretty excited about this thing finishing.
Absolutely. Go on, Kevin. You can go next.
Hi, what's up? I'm Kevin. Currently sat in the back of the car trying to deposit my hard-earned green US dollars into Boyco. How I ended up in the back of the car during this moment of hour, I have no idea. But we run through it. These incentives are too juicy to not miss out on. So thank God I'm not driving. So it's okay. So I'm still
Oh man, Kevin, you're so funny. And last but absolutely not least, one of the guys involved directly through his own protocol. We've got Beratic as well.
Yep. Hey everyone, I'm Beratic, one of the co-founders of Kodiak. I'm waiting dollars in UST to deposit into Boyco.
Man, good, those memories from last cycle, right? Okay, right, guys, we already have a really interesting question. Cedo, who's a great friend of mine, asks, final hour until what, sir? Does anyone want to kind of explain what the hell's been going on? Maybe we live in a bit of an echo bubble, but I think it would be pretty great to hear that. And I think with that as well, we also have the one and only Jack, Captain Jack, joining us. How's it going, sir?
BM. A little sleep deprived, but having a good time nonetheless. You know, an hour and change till Boyco ends, so I figured I'd hop on with the lads for 10 minutes and say hello.
Yeah, I mean, we just kicked things off, and I think you know, we're just essentially gonna watch the last hour, watch the madness, have a look at the yields, and kind of see what crazy stuff happens. So awesome to have you here as well. You said you've been a little bit sleep deprived. I'm intrigued to know, like, what's been going on a little bit behind the scenes, and like kind of how crazy has this entire week been for you?
Yeah, it's been a few weeks now, honestly, in that, you know, a lot of the Berachain team is busy doing launch stuff. And so the majority of Boyco fell to me, which is kind of a self-induced pain cave. But it's been really good so far. Just anytime you're kind of working with 35 plus teams at the same time, trying to get everyone to hit really strict, tight deadlines in and around the launch, and you know, getting Boyco together end to end. You know, folks saw this kind of 6, 7 day period, but the reality is it was, you know, 4 months of engineering, planning, auditing, collecting teams, working with them behind the scenes, and then sprinting through this really tight window of maybe, let's call it 10 days, 15 days from kind of like first touch on the ground, let's start getting apps deployed on the chain, to launching Boyco and then bridging really tight windows. And so tremendous amount of organization, which has historically not been my strong suit, but I managed to pull together for this. And let's call it like the better part of a dozen spreadsheets, some of which are, you know, 150 plus rows and 50 columns, each of which represented some independent tests we've done, because we tested basically every market at least once, running through end-to-end bridge flow, just to make sure that we were isolating risk as much as possible. And on top of that, stuff like Boyco getting nuked for the first 12 hours because of how many people showed up, made sure I didn't sleep that night, and getting all the end-to-end tests done made sure I didn't sleep for another few nights. And so everything kind of adds up, but it's been a great time so far and excited to see it through.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, like apart from like a few UI mishaps, I think actually the whole process has been very, very smooth. Like for people depositing, okay, yeah, some people got a little bit confused, but I think everything is actually very clear. Like on the front end right now, yeah, it takes a bit of time to go through all of the different vaults, but I think you guys have done a great job. What did the rest of you think?
Yeah, sorry to butt in here, but I think we have a question on YouTube. I'm trying to deposit on L2 via Jumper, but can't see any option to do that. You said you could do it in your previous video. I'll have a go explaining this. I think that Jumper has their own UI, but like it's just like a swap widget, which allows you to bridge the Ethereum mainnet first, and then to deposit through Ethereum mainnet. Jack can clarify here, but I believe that Boyco deposits are only through Ethereum mainnet right now, right?
That's correct, yeah. So the original design had multi-chain deposits, and given that we already had LZ and Stargate integrated under the hood, that actually wasn't the hard part. The hard part was reconciling the market logic and offers and placed fill bids across all of the different connectivity chains. And so we considered kind of like two options. One would be adding like a zap function that basically does what Jumper does under the hood, which is this bridge plus call function to bridge the asset from chain A to chain B, do a swap if there was need for a swap, and then deposit into the Boyco market. The reality is that like there were basically 2 engineers on the Royco side working on it, and Lord only knows I don't know how to code. So I was of very little use. And so we ended up having to kind of figure out what we were going to cut from a scope perspective. And so, for V2 of Boyco and going down in the future, I think that the V2 will have something like that. But for now, yes, that's exactly right. Jumper's hosting just their own UI, and they basically have this embedded bridge plus contract call functionality under the hood that allows you to abstract away that bridging process.
Fair enough.
Yep.
That's your question answered. Sorry,
That's right,
Kevin, you were going to say something.
Yeah, no, I was just going to address another question here in the comments. Fake APYs showed everywhere. Incorrect Bera APYs. Well, I think that to address this, again, I'll say my perspective on it, and then Jack can probably confirm here, but the Bera APYs is literally just based on your own presumptions of what you think the Bera FTV will be. So obviously, if you put 10 bill versus if you can put like 30 bill, the APY is going to be different. So that's why it's different. But Jack, maybe you can clarify on that.
I don't know. Mario wants me to stop yapping after asking a question, so maybe I'll just shut up and let him figure it out. But Kevin's exactly right. The APYs are dependent on your assumptions for things like Bera FTV. And then I think what's really important is that we structured this differently than most people are expecting from a yield farming operation, right? And as I've said on Twitter in the past, I own some of the complexity. I definitely could have figured out how to make it more intuitive, but I wanted to design a system that had complexity because I think for a lot of DeFi farmers, that's one of the things they really enjoy is figuring out where they can extract alpha that the market is missing. And the way that it works, right? And the big difference is that when you have a normal yield farming operation, right, the Bera or the incentive token is allocated on a per vault or per market basis. For Boyco, that's not right. It's aggregated across all deposits in a given category, which in this case is either major or third party / hybrid. And so it basically sums all of the points in a given bucket, and it does that by doing a combination of the TVL, the Bera multiplier, and the duration of the market. And then based off the number of points in that market, you divide by the total amount of Bera incentives in the FDV that you've assumed, and then multiply by the duration of the market, and then you back into an APY. And so, Mario, like if you have an example of why it's wrong, I'm happy to talk through it with you. But if you're just saying it's showing 15% and it's completely wrong, I don't know that. Why is that wrong? I guess, and maybe I can help talk you through it.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we'll let Mario kind of explain himself there.
Yeah, I mean, I think APY predictions specifically in like a front end are like very hard to like do correctly, like because if you fuck it up like from a front end like project perspective, like it's like like everyone blames you. So like it's even better just to give the control back to the users, because there's no way to even like predict, like these APYs are all predictions, right?
Yeah, it's not
So
a live
actually better
token.
to put the
It's impossible when there's
yeah,
nothing to
exactly.
price against. Yeah.
Exactly. So it's even better just to remove that responsibility and just put it into the users' hands. But I get why people are confused, to be honest. I get why people are
Yeah,
confused.
I get why people are confused too, and like I said, I own that. And so, you know, do I think that given another month of prep time, we could have put something out that was a little bit less confusing? Like, yes, absolutely. Do I think, given the time constraints and the scope of what we were doing, we did handle that? Then yes. And so, Mario, to answer your question, right, there are two different buckets, right, and that's the important thing here. And so, because of the two different buckets, it's definitely possible that a hybrid market with that multiplier is a higher APY than USDC, for sure. And I'm happy to jump on to my spreadsheets after the call and confirm that, but it's definitely possible.
Lovely, lovely. Bertik, like I want to hear like from your perspective, because I haven't had the chance to catch up with you so much this week, but like what's it been like for you with everything with Kodiak as well?
It's been working closely with Jack, probably bothering him like 50 times a day. Probably making him add a couple hundred rows to his spreadsheets. But yeah, it's just been a lot of coordination. I think at Kodiak, like we do have the most markets, not just directly created by us, but we're also markets created by Barabaro, created by Goldilocks, that all end up with liquidity on Kodiak. So it's just coordinating with a lot of these teams, and also like we've been working with Jack, the Royco team, the Enso team to test, as well as the asset issuers to test like the Royco actual scripts for the past 2 months. So just to make sure that once Boyco ends, we can bridge those funds in a safe, secure manner, and also in a pretty swift manner, so that everything is great for launch.
Damn, I didn't even realize that there was 49 markets that include Kodiak of some sort.
Yep.
Yeah, it's
Like
pretty
many
crazy.
of them. Yeah. So it did start off with a lot more, but we've narrowed it down to kind of concentrate. And like obviously, like the main ones that we want to ensure that we have robust liquidity in are the major volatile ones. So those include like Bitcoin ETH, Bitcoin Honey, WEF Honey, and then we also have two stable major pools: USDC paired against Honey, USDT zero paired against Honey. And this is just to make sure, like, we don't like us along with the Berachain team. We don't want the chain to launch, and the only thing people can do is trade between other asset, like third party assets. We want to ensure that people can bridge over WEF or buy anything on Berachain using any of the major assets. So, like, if you look at it right now, close to 150 million in the major volatile assets, and this is comparable to what you see on like Uniswap ETH mainnet.
Yeah, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. I mean, we'll have very low slippage when it comes to mainnet as well. And I've just pulled them up on screen just so that you guys can have a look at this as well. I know Nomad, like you know, I think between some of us as well, we've been really chatting about some of these volatile assets. But I'd love to hear like your thoughts on you know this 4.2x boost as well.
Yeah. You mean me, Wes? Sorry.
Oh
yeah, go on, Nomad. Nomad, you go, and then maybe
go ahead,
Berachain after.
Yeah, I mean, right now it's a bit confusing with the UI, but like doing some numbers, I think that the volatile assets are actually super undiluted right now. So what Bertik's saying that they want to attract them, if people kind of focus on the yields right now, those are the assets they should be providing. So I guess some people might be waiting for the last hour, but I'm sure more of that's coming in, which should be the most useful asset to have on mainnet.
Yeah,
agreed. And I see a few more questions coming in too, by the way. So I'll fire them off really quickly. Why does the D2 Finance show different bearer APR than the major multipliers? That's probably because of, I'll do due diligence here just to make sure, but I think that this is probably because the D2 Finance market is a 1 month versus a 3 month. And so, yeah, exactly. So I think the difference is because of the duration of the market. It's 1 versus 3 months. And so you're annualizing off of a different basis. And then for the positions question, yes, like known bug, it should kind of set everything up. but in the near future. But yeah, your positions are safe. It's just a matter of reconciling it on the UI.
Go ahead, Bertek. I think you had a question there, or you had something that you were going to say.
Yeah, like, and then another important thing to note is like we've decided to cap the volatile market. So you see, Bitcoin ETH at the time we did set it at roughly 100 mil, but because things have kind of dropped recently, it did cap and it's at 95.63. And then we have WEF Honey and then Bitcoin Honey. Those are each capped at 200 mil. So that's why we're seeing much more like inflows recently into the latter two. And then there's some like, if people want to take on like be a little bit spicier, they can also deposit into the Berachain equivalent markets, where you're basically depositing the Kodiak island tokens for these volatile pools into Berachain as collateral, and then you're minting NECT at a 300% collateralization ratio. And like the Kodiak rewards are cut in half, but you also that's kind of supplemented by Berachain's own incentives, but it's still treated as the Berachain major market, so you still get the 4.2x multiplier, and you're also still earning DEX fees, and then you're actually earning the Berachain's like liquid stability pool yield, because that NECT that's minted from this position is staked with Berachain.
And just for clarification as well, with your typical V3 LP, you kind of have to claim fees yourself, but with the islands, this automatically gets done for you and auto compounded, correct?
Yep, that's correct. And like another thing to clarify is like all of these volatile pools, very close to full range. So it's like similar, very similar exposure in terms of impermanent loss to V2, like Uniswap V2 full range liquidity provisioning. And then like the main reason behind this is like Kodiak will like if you guys look at the liquidity, we are the foundational liquidity for these major assets. We don't want to be like other ALMs where we're like doing unique strategies, trying to tighten the range like too narrow, trying to make the ranges too narrow, because like this is the base liquidity that other pairs can rebalance into, as well as like other pools will kind of route through.
Lovely. You know what? And again, obviously, nothing here is financial advice when we're talking about specific vaults. You do your own research, you do your own moon maths. You guys figure out which ones you like and what assets you want exposure to. But I actually personally like this one that I've got on screen right now. Like what you were just mentioning. Definitely, I think one of the more underrated ones. Anyway, I don't know what you guys think.
Does this one have the Stargate incentives? Maybe we should touch on the fact that Stargate announced like a bunch of didn't announce. If you were like staring at the forums, you would know that there's like 10 million STG coming to a few of these markets. But maybe we should talk about that. Does this market have it?
I will have to check. I don't know off the top of my head.
Jack, does this market have it?
Scroll down. It should show an underlying yield if it's there. No, so this one I don't think has it. Let me check my list quickly. I'll tell you the full list. So the full list that I have is
it
could be possible that so Berachain WEF has it. I just don't think it's surfaced on the UI right now. What I see for the Stargate list, and I think everything else is surfaced on the UI except for Berachain WEF for some reason. I think that PR just got missed. Dolomite WEF, Dolomite Honey, USDC Honey Kodiak, NECT Honey Kodiak, Bera ETH Kodiak, WEF Honey Kodiak, WEF on Berachain, and USDC on Berachain.
And Jack, what's the distribution of STG across? Is it like linearly distributed, like just like equally, or how is it distributed for the STG? Is it the same manner as Bera?
No, so they bucketed it on a per market basis. Yeah, and so look, like I'll also give the full disclosure that like we did our best to estimate APY on the site. Like there could be areas where things are slightly off, but it should be definitely like very close to directionally correct.
Got it. Watch, let's pull up the Berachain WEF Boyco. I think that one's pretty interesting.
Also, I think the Stargate incentives were applied per market based on the relative share of TVL that they had. So the more TVL it had, the more incentives went to it.
Which one did you want, Kevin?
No, so that's the one that wasn't PR'd. That was the one that I said wasn't PR'd. So that one got missed.
No, I think I just saw STG on it.
Oh, nice. Okay, so
that's
sick. Yeah, I hit up Angus to add it, so I'm glad we got it in.
Yeah. So
Bro, this shit is underrated right now. 60K. That's only like what?
yeah.
Like 30.
So Mario asked a question like, can you explain why the Berachain left Boyco is showing a 890% Bera APY? And this is probably because there's a lot of Stargate incentives allocated to this pool, but the TVL is pretty low. So
Yeah, it's almost all Stargate. Yeah, exactly right.
Oh man, this is going to be pretty spicy because there's only 54 minutes for someone to arb this. Basically, who's gonna do it?
Bro, this pool is juicy. NFA, no financial advice, but this shit is juicy.
Kevin,
bro.
is that why your car has just stopped?
No, it's a red light. red light. Oh shit.
I think there are still some very like this is just one opportunity where I think we'll see some fat deposits coming in like in the next 45 minutes.
Bro, don't worry, you'll see the slurry of fucking tweets coming from my account. this guy deposited, bro. It's gonna start coming. It's gonna start coming.
Yeah, I mean, I'm watching the deposits come in. I don't know if you guys can see my screen right now, but I'm just like constantly refreshing and like seeing all kinds of deposits. Like some people with $200 and then some people with 300,000. I love it. Like literally, Boyco is catering for everyone right now, and yeah, it's so nice to just see like the variety of different strategies that people are going for too.
Yeah, for sure. But, no matter. You said that you really like the volatile ones, right? Which ones are your favorite right now?
Pretty much all of them are good. Right now, I guess the less diluted ones are the Berachain ones. There's some with barely anything there, like less than $1 million each. So those would probably give you a good yield in Berachain. But with the multiplier, all of those have.
But the problem with the impermanent loss, do you think that's a consideration here? Like, what's your thought process on the impermanent loss here?
So the yields are so high that impermanent loss shouldn't be a factor, honestly. Because right now, I calculated everything based on just the Bera without even seeing the additional incentives from Kodiak, Infrared, and all of that. And it's already extremely attractive. So I guess the extra incentives would cover any impermanent loss. Like, still, people should calculate whatever. You were also worried about that risk, but I just went in. There's decent enough yield to cover that.
Just go in. Just go in. It's like approaching a girl on the street. Just go in, bro. Just go in. Easy.
Nomad, I think I've filtered the vaults that you're referring to, but are there any others? I think there's 6 at the moment.
No, it's only 6. It's those.
Ah, interesting. Yeah, I mean, we just mentioned this as well, the Berachain Kodiak strategy. Like, definitely underrated for like if you compare it to some of the others, but let's see how the deposits go like over the next 45 minutes. Yeah, I like these ones as well.
I'll be really sad if this front end crashes again, like in the last 20 minutes. I'll be really sad. But
yeah, me too. We did all we could to prepare for it. I think we were at under 1% utilization of the backend services an hour ago, and so I'm hoping we'll be okay.
Okay, fine.
It's something I've been working on aggressively for the last 2 days because that has also been one of my fears.
Yeah. I prepared the contract level interaction, so I'm ready to fill these IP offers. I'm ready. I'm ready.
Okay, so I mean we're 50 minutes to go, and if we're only at 1% like of capacity, then we should be fine. I think. I feel like now. I feel like now people surely, if they haven't deposited now, they're on the UI right now. They're ready to like deposit pretty soon.
Bro, I'm ready for fucking Justin Sun to put in like a bill, like straight up, just like $1 billion in like one transaction. The multi-code the whole fucking thing. Put $1 billion. I'll just like, bro, that's gonna be the most abominable tweet.
Has Justin Sun participated yet?
Bro, Justin Sun has like on chain he has like no bear exposure, to be fair, but there are a few like APAC people like Christian 2002, like Christian, like when the Stakestone external vault first came out, he bombed that shit. He put like 6,000 worth. Like he was one of the first people to put like 6,000 worth into it. That guy's a beast. It's crazy.
Yeah, I want to say that Justin might have deposited into one of the vaults, but I don't remember off the top of my head. It's honestly not something I've been tracking. I've just been trying to make sure that everything works. And I do have to jump off here in a second, guys, but I appreciate you having me on regardless.
No, it's a pleasure, Jack. Thank you
Yeah,
so
for
much.
sure.
And
Thank you so much for coming on, Jack.
we'll do it again soon.
Of course. Yeah, no doubt.
Bro, what the fuck? Justin deposited into a vault and I missed that shit? How the fuck did I miss that?
No, I didn't think he has. I'm sure we would have picked up on that.
Yeah, for sure.
But Beartech, have you just like filled up yourself on every single Kodiak vault?
Well, I did need to test out all of the markets before others deposited, so I have deposited into pretty much every vault myself, but not. But I'm still. But I'm also waiting until the end. There are like, how many people do we have listening right now?
We have about 1,300 almost.
1,300. Okay, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then like some other alpha, like I'll let people kind of do the research, but there's some markets where there's fixed amount of rewards per market. And some of them are heavily underfarmed where they're sitting at just like 300+% APY just on the asset issuers incentives themselves. So that's something else I'm looking at, like for the last like 15 minutes, if those don't grow in like if those don't grow up in the millions like pretty soon, those are pretty good deals as well.
Yeah, I saw like a tweet where it's like a win-win, right? If the TVL doesn't come in, it's like fucking like everyone is undiluted, so it's really good. But if the TVL does come in, obviously the fucking chain has more TVL, so it's like it's a GG either way.
It's like a nice flywheel, right? More TVL, expected valuations are a little bit higher, so you make more. But it is nice. It is nice. I like that. By the way, how much gas did you have to spend to deploy into 50 different markets?
So what we heard is like the first deposit's always the most expensive. So I think I've spent like 1 to 2 ETH total when ETH was much higher as well.
Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh!
You spent an ETH just creating markets?
Creating and also like deploying into markets.
Bro, you better have went to the Bear Foundation and asked for compensation. Connor, welcome. Connor, founder of Enzo, welcome to the stream.
Yeah.
Hey guys, thanks for having me. I saw it and I thought, why not jump in? It's pretty fun ride, this experience, let's put it that way.
Yeah, tell us, Connor, like how's it been for you? Like, obviously a little bit more on the back end of like powering a lot of these markets, but like, what's it been like the last week for you? Like with everything, has it been just kind of everything's just been done and you just sit on the side and enjoy the TVL flowing in, or have you been like Jack, up 24 hours a day just trying to make sure things are working?
Yeah, I mean the Enzo team is we've been up, I think 16-hour days, working the weekends here. Some even team member had his wife's birthday and we had to still work on this to make it happen. It's it's definitely fun, right? So it's over $3 billion right now. We're simulating completely different scenarios, and Beartech's here as well. We're simulating some crazy TVLs, and obviously things are changing dynamically all the time. So it's definitely not been an easy ride, let's put it that way. But Jack's done an incredible job here. I think Jack has found some way of cloning himself 3 times. This guy's an absolute animal. But no, yeah, we've been working 16-hour days to make this happen.
And what's been like the best part of the week? Like, is it just like seeing the successful, like now, like 2.987 billion? Like, it's pretty good, pretty damn good.
Yeah, honestly, it's the numbers great, right? I think for us what's more interesting is this is a massive coordination effort between so many different teams to bootstrap Berachain to launch on day one. All the operations that go in the background to make this happen. I think that's what shocked me and actually brought a lot of joy, was like, wow, we can actually coordinate so many different parties all for one initiative at the same time. But I woke up today and I saw, was it 4.4 billion? And I sent to the team, I was like, what the fuck? Obviously that's not the right number. So some errors there. But it's really impressive stuff. So
what's like some of your favorite vaults? Like anything that you're particularly interested in?
Kodiak. Gotta show the Kodiak stuff,
Oh, okay. But kind of some of the stuff that we just touched upon. Any specific market you deposited in?
I've not even had time to deposit.
Well, you have You have 44 minutes.
Really? Okay. No, we a lot of the team members deposited, so I know we've got some good exposure that way.
All right. Well, we've got another very, very amazing guest coming on right now. Welcome the Royco team. Hello.
Hey, what's up, you guys doing?
How's it going?
Good, good. How are you?
Very, very good. Very, very glad to have you on right now as well. And I mean, first of all, I mean, from myself, congrats on what an amazing time like this has been for you, for everyone, for all of the bearers actually.
Yeah, we appreciate it. We're super excited. All the engineers and Jay are hard at work right now. I'm just the one that gets to look pretty and tweet all day, so that's why I'm here. But yeah, all the engineers are grinding right now, so glad we can join before it ends.
I mean, I know like the answer is going to be like pretty crazy, like what a wild week this has been, but like would love to hear like from your personal perspective, like how's like the week been, 24-hour days, I'm sure, but like how's it actually been on the inside?
It's been crazy. I mean, I know Connor, great to see you. And Connor knows, I mean, how hard we've all been working on this it's pretty much most of our efforts the last 4 or 5, like probably 4 months now. And we all prepared for this. We all felt really prepared for this. And I think day one, it was just a deluge like of activity. And it was really exciting. I think when Boyco first opened, we were all really excited and then immediately terrified when like the website crashed and then we were trying to get it up. And but it's good problems to have, obviously, just knowing how much demand there is for this thing. And now what are we at, like $3.4 billion now? It's like, I mean, these are like monopoly numbers, it's crazy to even think about the amount of money that is. So it's been a massive success. We're really happy about it. And I think the Berachain team is also very happy.
Yes.
I must add on to this. I must say the Royco team, absolute Giga Chad developers, staying up all night to fix this front end, get it live, absolutely impressive to see on the inside as well.
Yeah, it's a ton of fun. I mean, we have a unique setup where we're all in person too. So it's not like we're distributed all over the time zones and all over the world. We're all just like in this like little conference room together, and people are here like sleeping on the floors and stuff. It's like very, very, I don't know. It's very cool to see like how much these guys care. So it's fun to be a part of.
Were you one of the ones sleeping on the floor?
No, I wasn't. But I mean, I was more emotional support, during the days. But when it comes to, helping Connor with smart contract development, I mostly would just get in the way. So.
Oh man, I'm honestly, so glad that everything's going so well. All right, some questions for you specifically. What are some of your favorite vaults available right now? And like, would love to talk through some of them and show them on screen as well.
That's a great question. I'm not sure if we're even allowed to be picking favorites here.
Oh, fine.
But I mean, I could just talk a little bit about the vaults at large. I mean, it was insane to see the origami one get filled out in like probably like half a day, or like 6 hours it was. I know a lot of people were spamming the website trying to fill it up, and it was like $69 million. It's a really great vault too, because of how specific they were with the rewards. I think the reason I want to call them out, and compliment them is because a lot of projects ask us how to get liquidity. And the answer is to be as specific as possible on what LPs are actually getting. I think points are great. And, this is a lot of points are being distributed here, but Origami was extremely specific on like what the points represent, what the LPs are going to be getting. And that's why it filled up so fast. So I think a lot of people are going to use that as an example going forward and just say like, hey, these points mean this, and this is when it's going to mean something. And obviously it's maybe more of a risk to do that, but it clearly worked in their favor.
Yeah, origami was pretty wild. Like everyone was kind of in a rush to kind of deposit into that. I can't remember, Kevin, were you able to get yourself into the origami vault or not?
Yeah, I managed to somehow squeeze myself in, yeah. But I didn't even read it. I saw it. There was like 4 or 5 mil left, and I was like, fuck it, like I'll chuck some in, and then next second I open my eyes and the whole thing's gone. So then I read it afterwards. Eat first, then read.
So you made an interesting point there, actually. You said like Royco will be used for spinning up, sorting out the cold start problem for like other chains in future. Do we have any insights into like what other chains are potentially going to be the next Boyco?
It's a good question. I know just this past week, we have fielded calls from probably like 30 chains who want to replicate this exact playbook.
Oh my gosh.
So it's really exciting, and now it's just a matter of figuring out who to do this with again. I think it's going to be like copied a lot this year. So I mean, we're excited that we created a new meta with Enzo and Layer Zero and Berachain and the rest of the guys. It's really exciting, but we have a ton of demand for this product now, which is really cool to see. So I think we'll probably do another one of these in a month or a month and a half. But I think we all need to like go to the spa or something before we even think about that.
So we've got about an open question to everyone now as well. We've got 38 minutes to go. There's 1,500 people here. I think some people are actually still kind of new to Royco and figuring out what's going on here. What happens after 38 minutes? That the deposit will end, but then what happens then? Just anyone able to like share some insights for the people watching?
I think 10 million just came into one of the major vaults. Wash.
Oh,
to the infrared Kodiak major, the ETH honey.
We'll have a
So
look.
it's
at
filling.
Okay, but yeah, 38 minutes to go. Like, what happens next? What's going to happen after that?
Yeah, good question. So after that, the deposits stop. So I think at that point, the APR is pretty locked in. There's no more dilution or anything like that. So after that happens, then the lockup gets enforced from February 3rd onwards. And then it's just a waiting game on whether, when Berachain goes live, when mainnet goes live, and then the lockup gets instituted on Berachain mainnet. So yeah, it's just whatever APR happens, I think at the end of this 38 minutes, that's the one you're going to get. And then it's more of a waiting game.
Awesome. So hopefully, I mean, we're hoping that it's not too long. I think all of us have been waiting for a long time now. So yeah, the mainnet is coming pretty soon, and all of this liquidity is going to be active as well, which I think is like one of the best things about it.
Yep.
Especially with like the lending markets and like if the volumes are going to be great on Berachain, then some really good DEX fees on top of that. So I think it's going to be awesome. It's going to be so awesome. Nomad, which vault were you just referring to just now?
In the majors, the Kodiak infrared ETH honey.
Let's see if I can find this one.
So we got a question
The
from
41
Diva.
one.
So
Go for it.
90-day vaults should get 3x as much rewards as 30-day vaults receive, and thus APR should be the same. Yep, that's correct. Basically, like for 30 days, you're locked up for much less, but you also earn 1/3 of the rewards.
I think there's a lot of questions. I think there's a lot of questions from Mario as well. I haven't been able to read your specific questions right now, but I think if it's just something UI related, probably not something that we can fix right now ourselves. So sorry about that, Mario. So we are on. Let's have a look. Let me refresh this. I want to get us over 3 billion. I feel like the market's been nuking a little bit, and ETH has just been going down. So we in terms of dollar value, even though the deposits are coming thick and fast, I mean, look at these guys aping in like 650K, 500K, huge deposits coming in. But because the market's been nuking, we still got another 25 million to go till 3 bill. I think we'll probably get there. I reckon. What do you guys think? Where do you think we're going to end up in 35 minutes time? I want
Kevin, just pull out the ledger. Just pull out the ledger and make it 3 billion.
Kevin's got like 3 ledgers in his back pockets right now. He's waiting for another traffic light, and he'll plug it in and send it over.
Bro, like one of my transactions is on your screen right now. Actually, you just read it out. Fuck. It's on the screen. That's why I was looking at it. I was like, "What the fuck?"
All right, we've doxed his wallet there.
No, I mean, at the beginning I estimated 3 billion before we started, so it's good that we really hit that number. I think the potential of this can be a lot more as well. But, you know, 3 billion compared to a lot of other chains that are live for many years now, to see this starting in day one for Berachain with Royco is really, really impressive. You know, I think Blast had large TVL as well that didn't convert into the DeFi protocols. You know, it wasn't actually being used in the ecosystem. And this really does show kind of the power of the pairs, right? You know, you can start a chain with 3 billion directly into DeFi protocols, create that ecosystem, create that builder community, and show that, you know, the foundation is supportive of projects such as Royco, Enso, Layer Zero, and so forth for kind of kickstarting this chain. So 3 billion, you know, I'm personally super happy about it. I think it's a really impressive show of Royco. I think this is day one product market fit in crypto. Very, very clearly can be seen.
And you know what's so interesting is that this 3 billion is like Bitcoin, ETH, and stable denominated. I mean, once we have the chain go live, we have, of course, Bera and BGT and its derivatives, which of course will be integrated across every single app pretty much. I mean, we can all do our own moon maths and figure out how many billions that is going to add to TVL. And then the other thing is, like, there are so many applications, you know, including our own, for example, that weren't included in Boyco because we have like Bera assets within the liquidity that are also going to kind of add to the TVL. So I think Bera TVL is looking very, very strong, and I'm interested to see, like, maybe this is out there a little bit, but can Bera flip Solana in TVL like in the first week or two? That would be pretty interesting. I don't know if any of you guys want to comment on that at all.
If you count Bera, then maybe, because a lot of the Bera is going to be staked, the BGT is going to be there. So, like, depending on what percentage of the chain is circulating, then yeah, it could get very close.
What do you reckon, Kevin?
Sorry, I was busy depositing.
He's actually pulling out the ledger.
God, I'll live stream the shit. Should I
go on, I'll pull up
screen?
the vault. Do you tell me? All right, go on 1 second. Let me let you share. Hold on a second.
Live aping.
Wait, I'm just going through a tunnel. Live aping. Hold on, I'm going through a tunnel right now.
In a car, you know, this is a extreme aping.
I'm in the car. Wait, hold on.
Hold on. Are you sure you want to? Okay, you've got your wallet. Doc's there as well.
5 more BTC in there.
He's actually depositing. We're seeing this live.
Previous transaction is still being submitted. Shit. Wait, let's see if there's
Yeah, let me
user
deposit.
request. Wait, what?
Kevin,
wait, what?
Oh, there you go. Your transaction's complete. It just said it. Kevin, I can't believe you're using MetaMask, and it's 2025, man. What are you doing?
Wait, offer cannot be filled because there are no incentives available. Am I tripping? What the fuck?
Has it hit max capacity?
Has it left my wallet? Am I broke now? Hold on. Has someone just wait? Hold on. All right, we got 10 BTC into this vault. My underlying calculation here is
Bloody heck! Which one did you go for?
it's the BTC Dolomite infrared.
See, I wasn't joking. Kevin, pull out the ledger, you know, to get that 20.
He actually pulled out the ledger.
I mean, it's a solid APY, to be honest. I mean, I was already holding Bitcoin, so I might as well just chuck it in here. I don't lose shit. Like, I'm not losing anything, like, because I'm already holding it. So
yeah, but you can also DM Kevin for a donation.
No, don't DM.
I think I want a donation first. I'm gonna ask first. But Kevin, you're a madman. I can't believe you just did that. Why did you go for that vault out of all of the others as well?
Because Nomad was shilling me this in like impermanent loss thing, but I don't want to be staring at the WBT. I don't want to be staring at the BTC ETH chart all day, looking at it, like seeing if I'm gonna get like smacked by impermanent loss or not. So I was like, I'm already holding this Bitcoin and literally lose nothing else apart from like smart contract risk. Might as well just chuck it. I lose nothing. So
Fair enough. I wonder if many others are gonna follow your lead now as well. What do you reckon? How are we gonna see like a lot of deposits flying in right now? I'm seeing right now some more big ones, 100K, 600K. But I think this is your one that I can see on screen as well right now.
Is it? Is it? Show the screen.
Yeah.
Show the screen.
Let's see.
Actually fine.
Bear with me a moment. I'm sure some of these big ones. One of these big ones might be yours.
I don't know,
Maybe I need to refresh. I need to refresh.
Are you sharing the screen right now?
Oh wait, hold on. I am not.
Connor, which ones are you looking to deposit in?
I'm just checking it right now. That's why I walked away to get my wallet.
He went to get his ledger.
Let's go, Connor. Let's go.
I'm not going to screen share. No, I'm not going to dox.
Oh, dude.
Have any of the Royco team aped hard into any of the vaults as well?
Not that I know of. I mean, like, we haven't really talked about it, but it's very possible. I think we're all a lot of like DeFi guys, so it's very possible that we did, but we just haven't talked about it. We certainly haven't talked about it publicly. So we trust the infrastructure enough to do it. It's not like we're not going to use it.
Fine.
But yeah, there's some good stuff on there.
Berachain, what about like the Kodiak team? Like, have you guys like internally been like aping it hard as well?
Yeah, my other co-founders are trying to front run me right now. We're all looking at the same few markets.
Everyone's doing it last minute, and you got 27 minutes to get your deposits in.
All right, guys. I gotta go. I'll be back in 5 minutes, though. I just gotta go to the house. All right.
All right. I'll see you in 5. Well, join the stream again in a few minutes when you're back.
Yeah, I think one of the craziest messages I saw this week was just deployed 500 mil. You know, it's super casual.
500 mil. Who was that?
No, I can't say that obviously.
But, I'm guessing it's an institution of some sort.
I don't know.
That's crazy. That's a huge amount of the total market, man.
It was Kevin, you know.
It was Kevin. Yeah, no, he's just. Yeah, I can't believe this guy's just in the car. Just whacked out his wallet and just aped in with size as well. What a guy!
Yeah, I think something that's pretty interesting about this whole process is like you have guys like that who are obviously like big into DeFi and have been doing DeFi for several years, and then we have a ton of people who deposited $12 and are like, how do I do this? Like, what is an LP token? One's like, Mario, if it says waiting, it's fine. That means it's waiting to get bridged over. You don't have to do anything. Sorry to see this guy Mario on the side.
I think Mario, it'll be all right.
Yeah, you're good, dude. Don't worry. It will be bridged over. We should probably rename that, but like it's now just being waiting to be bridged over, so you're fine. But anyway, back to what I was saying. Yeah, it's a lot of people who have never touched DeFi before. They've just been part of this Berachain community. Maybe they bought an NFT, or maybe they've just been like, I don't know, a part of the community and never really done anything other than like trade. But it's cool that this is a lot of people's intro to DeFi. I think that's why a lot of people were maybe confused, because this is definitely an experienced DeFi thing. Okay, I'm glad Mario's feeling better. This is definitely like an intimidating interface if you've never used DeFi because of all the LP token stuff, but we try to make it as easy as possible. I think the fact that Enzo built this like native app swapping made it way easier, because if you had to think about swapping for 2 tokens and doing two-sided LPing, it's like really confusing. But I don't know, the swap feature makes it a little bit easier. But yeah, it's really attracted all ends of the spectrum in terms of DeFi enthusiasts. So, you know, it's cool. It's cool to see.
Yeah, and, Connor has saved my life because I had to test every single market, and I didn't want to go on Uniswap and like buy every token and also LP. So like Connor, like do you want to kind of share like briefly like that how Enso works, and it's not just like routing through the best pairs on DEXs, but also through like native minting functions as well? Yeah,
I can give a little. I do need to drop in a minute though. I need to go and get another hardware wallet to do some deposits. Need to run literally to another location. So basically, so if you can go to the interface of one of the markets, you'll see an option to be able to buy that token. What it will do is it will buy the 2 underlying tokens of that LP position. An LP position is a trading pair on Uniswap V2. We'll buy those 2 tokens and then directly mint the LP token on Uniswap V2, all within one transaction, and you can directly deposit this inside of Royco. We've seen this being used by a lot of people. I think this has been nice for converting newer users to this ecosystem. That's kind of one part where Ensos fits in. And then all the day one execution is powered by kind of Enso shortcuts, all these scripts underneath for entering into the different DeFi protocols and combining them together. But yeah, I'm glad it was helpful because there's many different LP markets here, and also how to price them as well, right? That's also an interesting point.
Yeah, I just tried to show that on screen for like everyone who's watching as well, and we've got some more of the Royco team joining us as well. How's it going, Jai? How are you?
What's up, guys? I'm good. Thanks for having us.
Yeah, it's been fun so far. I would love to hear like in your own words, like how this week's been. Connor, if you got to head off, see you later.
This week has been tiring, but it's been good. I'm sure everybody saw all of the craziness that ensued after the first announcement and the site going down, and our team was up basically all night the night after that happened, trying to fix everything. But it seems like everything's working now, and very, very glad that's the case. I'll knock on wood and hope that we can make it through these final 22 minutes.
Yeah, not long to go now as well. What's been like the best part of the week for you?
Best part of the week. That's a good question. I think 2 parts, right? One is just like right as soon as we were going and fixing all of that stuff that night, it was crazy because all of these depositors, they were figuring out how to deposit while all of the sites were down, right? And just watching deposits come in while it was like purposefully difficult to get a deposit in was really cool because it went to show just how excited people are about Berachain. All right.
Yeah.
Like the fact that they were going and learning how to use Etherscan and following Kevin's tweets on how to use Etherscan to deposit into these markets it just goes to show how excited people are to come into these Boyco markets and to get onto the Berachain. The second one I would say is just like the last couple hours has been really cool as we see the number go up and see people just like actually just be excited to be in Boyco and ready to get bridged over and see what happens from there.
That I think on your point there, that was definitely Kevin and I and Nomad. Like the 3 of us were definitely when the front end was down, trying to figure out how we were watching it all, which I think, especially when those initial capped vaults were filling. Yeah, definitely we were trying to get into origami and those kind of vaults very, very quickly. But yeah, I think this has definitely been like one of the most fun weeks for me, and I think it's only just going to get better, once mainnet happens as well. It's been so fun. It's been so refreshing to see something so new. I wrote a tweet myself just kind of talking about how DeFi is so fun when you have something novel and unique like this, where there's game theory involved, there's different markets. We're all trying to figure out like what the best vaults are. There's a time component to it as well. Everyone's kind of discussing with each other as well. What strategy do you like? What vault do you like? What's the APR for this? It's been really, really, really refreshing. And one of the things that I've loved so much this week. So I want to say shout out to you guys for making it happen.
Yeah, thank you. It's one of the first weeks that I feel like that's happened since like 2020, like DeFi summer,
Yeah.
Where the spreadsheets are going around the group chats and everybody's trying to get into a website and the site's breaking. Like it really feels like 2020.
Yeah, it does. Looks like Kevin has made it back home. Kevin, are you aping anything else? You've got another 19 minutes.
I'm watching this WETH Baraboro one. Apparently, there's like 200k incentives on it, only 60k liquidity in it right now. So that's an interesting one. If you want to put it up.
Yeah, let me see if I can pull this up.
Literally WETH Baraboro.
Baraboro. Let's have a look.
It's pure WETH.
This one, Berachain and Boyco. Oh, so this is does this one have? Okay, this has 200k in incentives. Where was that mentioned?
Like Cobble just tweeted that out like 2 seconds ago.
Really?
Yeah, $200,000 worth of incentives. Yeah.
Do you want to message Cobble and ask him if he wants to come on and explain anything to do with these incentives?
Sure. Let me ask.
Let's see.
I think it's from the
Ah,
Stargate
fine.
incentive. I think there's just a UI bug that it does show sometimes. And
Oh, this is the same. This is the same pool, the vault that we pulled up before. Actually, yeah. It was showing Stargate incentives before, but so that's wild because that means I think this is the vault that had like 800% APR with the Stargate incentives, and it's wild that we're still only at what 183k in this vault.
Yeah, I mean, essentially, like it's like dollar for dollar right now. Like, I mean, it's obviously going to be that's obviously going to be more, but it's basically dollar for dollar. Like for every dollar you put in, you get a dollar back, right?
Yeah, I mean, if that's the case, then because it's a 3-month program, that's 400% APR, which that's juicy for single-sided, no impermanent loss, borrow exposure. Not bad.
Yeah, that's pretty healthy.
The question is in the next 18 minutes, how many deposits are we going to get into a vault like this?
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. Jai, what about how come there was SCG on here and then SCG's gone now again? Did you remove the PR? Did you put the PR and then remove the PR again?
STG should be showing. I just messaged the team like 5 minutes ago to ask why.
I'll give it a little refresh.
Oh shit! Refresh, and now we got fucking 330k. Now it's crazy.
Oh yeah.
SCG's on it. Oh no, shit.
So if I mean I'll just leave the bearer. I mean even at a 2 billion like valuation, yeah, I think most of this is coming from STG, and it looks like the TVL is increasing. It's just almost doubled actually. So it looks like people are aping in. Are there any other like last minute vaults that people are like scrambling to get their deposits in now?
My friend has a few, but I'm not sure if he wants me to talk about it.
Okay, if he's got a few, you can give the people one. Give the people one.
Well,
Jay,
I think you're filling up vaults manually by streaming this. You just double this TVL, so a lot of people are gonna hit you up.
There are currently 2,200 people who are watching this stream right now, so I'm sure there's a bit of money flying in between those guys who are watching.
Yeah.
Waj, pull up WBTC FBTC Kodiak pool. Last time I checked, there was like 16k liquidity in that. Like that was like a solid one. If
remind me, what was it? Kodiak
WBTC FBTC stable swap.
It'll be probably on the last page, right?
WBTC FBTC, yeah.
WBTC FBTC.
Yeah, only 13k liquidity in this for some reason.
But I mean, I guess it doesn't really matter because the Bera and Kodiak incentives are kind of being split across. But in terms of like these ignition sparks, I mean, Kevin, do you have any insights into like what these could be worth?
I mean, like these sort of asset issuers just infinitely dilute their points, not gonna lie. So it's not too bullish in my opinion. Ignition sparks, in my personal opinion. Not financial advice, but I'm not touching this.
Why did you tell me to pull this vault up if you know?
No, I was just curious. because it's at 13k TVL.
Give me the bullish ones.
What about
Mem Honey? Okay. We can pull.
All right, that was my friends who he gave me permission to show up, but I'm glad someone else did it.
This is the interesting one because it's liquid incentives of Spell. This one's really nice because all the incentives are like literally liquid, and Spell's just like a Binance listed token, right?
Yeah.
Has anyone done the calculations on 500 mil Spell and what that means?
Like $700k US.
It's like five. It's like five.
Okay, well, I mean, considering the TVL is only 3.5 million, like that's actually quite a considerable amount. That's like 10-15% of it, which is quite nice actually.
Yeah, that is a nice one actually.
That's like a 60% APR coming from the Spell tokens itself.
Yeah, it's a really good one. I expect this one's going to get filled up like very quickly. I mean, it's bullish.
What's the cap on this one? No. I mean, there's still a lot of cap on this.
It's very high.
But I'm guessing like if this doubles, then you get diluted a little bit with the Spell rewards. But I mean, people only have 14 minutes. Is that enough time to get your capital I mean, I apologize, Mario. I'm diluting your vault. Apologies for that, but I want the total TVL to go as high as possible. So I don't care which vaults get deposits. I want to get this higher, much higher. So we're gonna showcase some fun vaults if at least some people will be able to benefit from it. Hopefully.
I mean, to my knowledge, this vault is the only vault with liquid incentives, right? Like, I don't know of a single other vault that has like quite like literally like cold liquid incentives. Like this, like if you like just money coming into your hands without like worrying about like points, without worrying about like how much this point conversion is going to be, this is like a great vault for you because you just know like spell is going to come into your hands, right? Unless someone can correct me here, I think that this is the only like liquid incentive vault here.
Yeah, I mean. The thing is,
clearly a good market of this dude if Mario is going full tilt in the chat right
now.
When it says, as it says pro rata, like what does it mean in terms of like getting your rewards? Do you get them earlier than the 3 months?
Pro rata just means it's proportionate to your deposit.
Fine. So you're still gonna have to wait for 3 months before you can actually get your spell token. So I think even though it's liquid, Kevin, like. I guess what you mean is like you can kind of price in the rewards because the token's trading right now. The only other one I guess is Dinero because you can kind of price that in. I think Dinero token, I can't remember what it's trading at, but like that's a liquid token, but it doesn't tell you exactly how many tokens. I think they're doing a points program on top of their liquid program.
But my point was rather that like there's a lot of steps that you don't have to consider. Like let's say like a project offers points and then they never even TGE or like the points get infinitely diluted or whatever it is. Like this just like abstracts all of that away. And it's like, hey, this is like completely liquid. This is like, you know, you get what you see.
True. And with that, as of speaking, like we have just crossed $3 billion. Even with the market nuking, we've been able to cross 3 bill again. So amazing. We crossed the 3 number.
We either need someone to deposit 2 yards in the next 10 minutes, or the market goes up by 40%.
This market can do some crazy things at times. Berachain, any
like
other
50 million majors since you started the stream? So
50 million. Okay.
Yeah.
Not bad at all. Berachain and Nomad, like any other vaults to talk about?
No way I tell you because I saw what you did.
Okay, fine. Berachain, any ones that you want to share? Any specific ones?
Like I know like USDT is like the largest stable coin. It's just surprising that we haven't gotten that much adoption for it, given that it's slightly more incentivized with Kodiak rewards relative to USDC Honey, just because you can mint Honey with USDC. So this pair would drive more volume for Kodiak. But I think we've gotten like probably a couple $100 million worth of deposits in just USDC in other markets. So just this was a bit shocking. And then I guess now it might not make as much sense given that the Stargate rewards are going to the USDC Honey Kodiak pool. But like USDT is the largest stable coin. Just kind of surprised here because I would assume that they would want yield under USDT.
I guess the interesting thing will be is that because the TVL is low, when it comes to mainnet, like maybe initially at the start, the yield from the trading fees might be pretty high.
Yep. So there, Mr. Potato, there is a single-sided USDT market. It's on Dolomite.
Connor is back. Connor, tell us, which vault did you ape?
Not gonna say.
Come on. There's only 10 minutes to go. You're not gonna get diluted in 10 minutes.
Oh, on this stream, I will.
Okay, so we were just talking about this USDT zero Honey LP on Kodiak. I think this interesting one, but right now I think everyone is going for those Stargate incentives, which I want. Well, I'm gonna just keeping an eye out on them because I think it's still very, very underrated. It's the Berachain one, right?
The Weth Bora one.
Yeah, I mean, I'm surprised. Like, honestly, I think in a second I'm gonna have to get my ledger out as well.
I mean, 60K liquidity just increased since we last looked at it.
It's a pretty good one. Pretty good one. I'm gonna keep refreshing it. We'll see where it gets to. Any other vaults that you guys wanted to talk about?
Let's look at WBTC Weth. I think even though there's a stringent amount of, stringent is not the right word, but like a lot of impermanent loss potentiality, I think the rewards on there is pretty interesting, right?
Yes. This one, right?
No, not mate. No, the Kodiak one.
They're both Kodiak, aren't they?
Oh, okay. What's the difference then?
Maybe Berachain can explain. One of them's with an LP that's staked on infrared. That one had the deposit cap hit. The other one is to mint necked on Bora with.
Oh, okay. Let's look at the mint neck one.
Yeah.
We spoke about this one before, and I'm surprised. I'm surprised this one of all of the vaults didn't actually fail.
Is this one supposed to have SCG incentives or no?
No.
This one does not. You earn. So the main difference is like you still get the infrared rewards, you still get Kodiak rewards, but at half the rate in terms of the Kodiak points. But you make that up with Barabaro B pollen, and then also the Barabaro liquid stability pool yield. And I think most people's preference is Bitcoin WEF versus Bitcoin Honey or WEF Honey, just given that there's less gamma risk. And I think a lot of the LPs, like they've directly asked us to increase the WBTC WEF market, like lift a cap. But we've told them that like we've clearly communicated that we have caps on these, and I think that's why we're seeing a lot of them trickle into this one.
All right, we've got a question here. I'll just pop it on screen. When will the third-party vaults be deployed? Will that TVL go to Royco's markets, or they can go elsewhere? Well, as far as I'm aware, I believe they've all been shifted over. I don't think there's any external vaults left with any TVL in them. Anyone have any insights that they want to share on this one?
Yeah, Concrete Athena was coming over like an hour ago, but that just came in. Like
they're all done.
Yeah, it's all done.
So, hopefully that answers your question, Felipe. Well, was there any difficulties in coordinating with some of the external vaults to make sure that it all gets done on time?
No, honestly, it was a pretty smooth process. They were all pretty quick, and they all did it in a pretty safe way, meaning test transaction first before they aped in like hundreds of millions of dollars, which was good.
Have
you heard that, Kevin? Test transaction. I don't think you've ever heard of that word before, have you?
Bro, it's a blockchain. If the address is correct, then it's correct. Like the blockchain is working as functional. Like what is only pussies use test transactions.
Okay, and for the thousands of people watching right now, always do a test transaction. Don't listen to Kevin. He doesn't know what he's talking about. Do a test transaction. It's always safer. You still have 6 minutes. That's enough time to do your test transaction and ape in as well. So
damn, there's only 6 minutes left until this thing ends. That's crazy.
I know.
And we should pull up Ethereum Gwei. I wonder if Gwei gas price spikes.
You know what? Surprisingly, not so much. I think it actually. I've been tracking it the whole time. I saw it spike to 30 Gwei, so Gwei doubled from where we are right now, but it's not actually that bad.
I mean, it's the maybe Jai can or Jay can answer this question. I spent like fucking like $100 just putting a BTC deposit in. Is it increasing exponentially with how much you deposit in, or is like if I deposit like $10 worth compared to if I deposit $1 million, is there like a difference in gas fee?
No, it'll be the exact same. You're just filling an order. The only difference would be in maybe like less than a handful of markets. There's multiple different incentive orders, so it'll only be more expensive if you're filling like multiple orders. But I think I think Dolomite's one of the only markets that I know that actually did that.
Oh, okay. So so maybe I got smacked by Dolomite then. Yeah.
All right, let me see if I can find this market.
4 minutes left. This is interesting.
4 minutes left, not long at all. Oh my goodness. The last 2 hours have gone quick.
Yeah, to be fair, that my car ride felt like nothing.
I'm guessing we're looking at this one as well. Berachain, like any insights on this specific codec?
Yeah, this is like the last alpha I'll share because we got 4 minutes. But this one also has cold hard swell rewards. Think it's 10 million total swell rewards. Only 130K in here. And I think 10 million swell tokens is roughly worth like 200 grand. So
that's free money. What the fuck?
Holy shit.
It's one of the best vaults.
Which one of you decided to leak this shit? Which one of you
Come
decided?
on, man. What are you doing?
What are you doing? 4 minutes left. That would have been free money. Oh my god. All right, refresh this shit. Watch this shit go to like 300K, 400K right now. Bro.
Man, I can't believe it's taken a whole week, and with only 3 minutes remaining, we're finally discovering vaults like this.
No shot.
I'm not gonna lie, this is the beauty of like having 1 week, 100 markets, different incentives, different protocols. Like this is the beauty of it. I love it. I really love it. 130K. Yeah, you guys, you got two minutes left. Oh, by the way, are we gonna are deposits gonna stop bang on the hour mark, or like, you know, is there a chance that it could even be a minute or two after?
No, all of the orders are going to expire directly at 4 o'clock, 4 o'clock Pacific time. So it won't be possible to go and fill any of the orders in 3 minutes from now. 2 minutes now.
2 minutes, like that's all we have left now.
Yep.
Oh my gosh. Well, I mean, what we should do now is I think we should just have a look at the last few people who are kind of able to ape in, and I want to see some crazy apes. I'm intrigued to see last minute who has that FOMO. I mean, we have some people depositing $100, some people depositing 200 grand. This is just 20 seconds ago. Okay, the deposits are coming in quickly now. Seeing if I can spot anything really, really big or really, really interesting. A lot of 5-6 figure apes. Am I gonna find anything $1 million plus? Let's see. But the deposits are coming in quickly now for sure. You know what? You made such a good point. Like literally, you're having people depositing a few $100, $200, $300, and people depositing 50,000. This is like one of the best things about this market. Final minute, man. these are genuinely going to be like the last deposits as well that we see.
Bro, Matra is taking so long to swap into Weth, bro. I cannot enter this fucking market.
He's trying.
Refresh RS Weth.
Do you want a loan? Give me 50% of the rewards.
Oh, bro, I should have zapped in. Why did I not zap in using Enzo? Why am I trying to do this shit on Matcha right now? Oh my God.
Kevin, you can still do it. You got 15 seconds.
Fucking hell. Wait, let's look at RS Weth. Is it actually like 200K in incentives for 130K?
Hold on. We got 5 seconds left. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Oh,
wow.
I think that's the end.
GG's.
Congrats.
GG's. Where did this one end up? Okay, we added like an extra 60K.
Okay, they went to 270K. Okay, fair enough. It's like 0.98 for every dollar. Yeah, like that's still pretty good.
That's like 400%.
Yeah,
APY.
this is by far one of the best vaults for sure. 400% APY, huge.
Yeah, but you know, you gotta hold ETH. So I don't know. I don't know about holding ETH these days.
Who leaked this vault in the end?
Who leaked this vault? Who was it?
It wasn't me. I just shared the screen.
It was Bertic.
Man, that you know what? That's a great one, especially if you wanted like a stable coin kind of vault. You could have deposited there and then like shorted ETH for 3 months, collected the funding rates on top. Pretty nice.
God, this just shows how inefficient markets are, and how if you really are just like on the edge and like actually paying attention to what's going on in crypto, like you can just like, there's so many opportunities out there. It's actually crazy. Imagine there's 3 billion in liquidity and not one person spotted that market with 200K in incentives for 130K in liquidity. That's crazy, in my opinion. That's insane.
Yeah, especially if you have smaller size. Like there was so much inefficiency here. Like Concrete couldn't deposit in this thing, you know, but like if you have a couple ETH, you could have just printed.
Yeah, you would have. You would have doubled your deposit. Sorry, at 400% APR.
Is it 400% APR over 90-day lock? That's 2x ROI.
Yeah.
Yep.
Damn, that's free money right there. Holy shit. That's
I
actually
just did some tech. So some people did use the Zap just to get in. I think I know the person that got in the last transaction.
Bro, I can't believe I forgot about the Zap and I tried to get it.
We literally, Kevin, we literally even showed you on stream how to zap in as well. Okay, so I mean, Boyco's finished now. So what happens next? What do we do? What's the next like juicy thing that we get to hear about next?
I mean, I think it's about like the like liquidity that you're getting bridged to the chain now. They have to like, I don't know. There's someone said something complex. Maybe Jai can probably talk more about this, like about like Merkle distribution, blah blah blah. Something about taking 2.5 days to bridge liquidity. I don't know, something about that. Maybe Jai.
Yeah, I'm gonna be careful about what I say because I don't want to say something I'm not supposed to say. But TLDR is all of the liquidity needs to move over to the chain before the chain makes it public. So it's gonna be a fun unknown period of time until that occurs.
It's not going to be tomorrow, is it?
I don't know what I'm allowed to say and what I'm not allowed to say. So
fine. Okay.
I'm not going to say any dates.
I guess the thing is, right, everything is transparent on chain. So when we see the address move,
yeah,
we'll see something, right?
Yep.
Okay, awesome. Any other things that anyone wanted to comment on when it comes to like Boyco and Berachain right now?
Well, I mean, I think let's circle back to the next steps bit, right? Everyone wants to know like what's gonna happen next, right? I think like the logical or pragmatic next assumption would be checker, and then mainnet announcement, and then literally mainnet, right? Is there anything that like I'm missing here? Do you think that could be added here, or is it like literally just like that's it? Like that's all we have left.
Yeah, home stretch.
It's also, I think it's pretty interesting how Stargate decided to add incentives at the very end. Like from my perspective, like obviously I'm not like I'm like completely unsolicited opinion here, but from Stargate adding incentives, like I don't think they gain anything. Like I mean, like 95% of the time, I reckon like these SCG incentives just get auto liquidated by people that earn the rewards, right? So it was pretty interesting for these guys to push through a DAO vote just for people to have like 10 million sell pressure on STG on their token. So I don't know. That was pretty interesting for me.
I think it just goes to show the demand for being involved with anything to do with Berachain right now. Yeah. But good for them. Like, I mean, good for the people, I should say. Like, the people get juicy APRs, which I think is nice.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Good for them. Yeah, I think from what you said, Kevin, I mean, that's kind of what I'm thinking in my head as well. I have no idea what the timelines are going to be, but obviously all of you guys will find out. All of you guys who are watching are going to be active on Twitter. You're going to be following all of us anyway. So, yeah, you'll find out when we find out, pretty much, I guess. Yeah, nothing else, I guess, on my side, really. I think maybe we can start to wrap things up a little bit. It's been a really fun stream for the last hour and a half, and I'm so glad to be able to spend it with like 3,000 of you guys who are tuning in on stream right now, which has been awesome. But yeah, I'll just go around to everyone if they have like any last kind of comments or anything to mention. Maybe we'll go with Nomad. You want to go first?
Yeah, sure. I mean, the only thing I'm happy about is they didn't fully dilute us. And I just updated my spreadsheet, and it looks like volatile majors are going to have at least at 250% APR just on Bera. So anyone who's in those vaults is gonna be happy probably.
What's your FTV assumption of Bera there? Is it 20 or 10?
Oh, 20. Want me to move it to 10?
Yeah, move it to 10. 20 is
It's in 3 months, so could happen. But yeah, at 10 it's 122%. So 30% ROI over 3 months. Not bad. Just on Bera. So there's Kodiak, Infrared, Bera Borrow on top. Should be good.
very nice. And yeah, I agree. I think the volatile pools certainly some of the best ones around as well. Connor, any last thoughts from yourself?
Just the start of the bear takeover just shows you how powerful the community of the bears are, right? If this is day one, what's going to happen on Q6, Q7, Q8, right?
Oh, yeah.
Just looking forward to seeing it go live and then seeing all the other projects also built on top.
It's going to be such a fun time. Like I cannot wait for it. I'm like so excited for it. I think, to be fair, I think all of us are so excited for it. But yeah, if this is what pre-chain is going to be like, what's actual chain launch, that day one is going to be pretty wild. So yeah, I'm totally with you on that one, Connor. Berachain, honestly, been a pleasure having you on today as well. Any like last thoughts or any last comments that you wanted to make?
DM Kevin for a donation.
No, do not DM me for Steady Teddy Wireless, me Bera Wireless. No donations. No, do not DM me. No. I leaked my Telegram on Twitter once, and I had sex noises coming into my Telegram for like 24 hours. No, thank you. No.
Thank you for such an insightful comment there, Berachain. And to both of you in the Royco team, any last comments as well? I think it's been a phenomenal week. This isn't the last of Royco. There's so much more to come as well. So yeah, thank you for everything that you've been able to achieve.
Yeah, thanks for having us. This was a lot of fun and excited to see the chain go live.
Yep, and just adding on to that, I think just talking about how like inefficient this market was, I think people are going to wake up, and when we run this back again, people are going to be paying attention way more the next time we do it. So really, really exciting to kind of bring the fun back in DeFi summer and of DeFi summer, and yeah, just been a ton of fun to do this. So let's run it back again soon.
And whilst Boyco might be over, Royco for Berachain certainly isn't. And so I think when mainnet goes live, I'm sure you're probably going to see the likes of Kodiak and Infrared, but maybe you're going to see a lot of the other ecosystem kind of get involved as well, especially those that have Bera vaults and exposure to Bera. I think that's going to be really, really fun to see. Awesome. Okay, Kevin, any last words from yourself as well?
No, not specifically. But just thank you to everyone on the live stream for having a fun time. I think it was really fun to do this live stream today. So thank you for everyone that joined.
And to the 3,000 of you who tuned in, honestly, thank you so much. It's been a real pleasure to enjoy this with you. We'll definitely run it up again because, of course, mainnet is around the corner, and I think people love live streams. So I'm definitely going to be down to do it. Whoever is here who wants to join as well, feel free to. Definitely, we'll be doing lots of them anyway. So yeah, otherwise, nothing else to say from my side. Just want to say thank you for tuning in, and